Hi everyone, Ashley Mailloux here with the Daily Racing Form, taking a look at a Pick 3 sequence this Saturday, November 8th. Looked at a couple of different tracks, but really liked the card out at Churchill Downs. They have 11 races on tap, 2 stakes races. Race 10 is the Dream Supreme, race 11 is the Grade 3 River City, and thought about looking at the late Pick 3 to get those 2 stakes races in there, but wanted to start off in race number 8 instead, which is a maiden special weight event, a mile on the turf course. And I got it down to 2 horses when we're looking at these 2-year-old fillies. I like the 3 Petronella for Brendan Walsh. I think looking at her debut, it was at Kentucky Downs, so it's really tough to know how that's going to translate, but she ran really well behind Should've, who we know Should've goes out for Wesley Ward, a horse that ended up coming back to finish 3rd in the Matron out in New York. So I think she comes out of a productive race. There's been a couple of next out winners as well behind Petronella, 2 to be exact. Getting Serious and Muffin Music both came back to win, 1 at Keeneland, 1 in New York. So I think she's the horse to beat, but I did look at the 8 in here, Wanzi Weather, who's had a couple of races under her belt. She's a little intriguing. Looks like she needed the debut. She actually debuted with Petronella. We saw her next time out again at Kentucky Downs, and off a short turnaround. We saw her August 28th and September 7th. She rallied from off of it. It seemed like she needed the extra distance. That was the case. She finished 3rd, beaten by 3 lengths on the stretch out to a mile. Then the next time we saw her, the Grade 1 Alcibiades. So got to draw a line through that, not just because it's a Grade 1, but because it was on the dirt. And now getting back onto turf, she gets a more of a normal configuration, so true 2 turns. I really like that for her, and I think she's going to offer some value. So 3-8 in the opening leg. Race number 9, it's a very tough allowance optional claiming event. Really tough in terms of the field. It's 6.5. It's for the 3-year-olds. I do think there are a couple of intriguing horses, and for me, the intrigue, the 4 and the 7. The 4 is Jack's Time for Kelly Von Himmel. Comes in from Prairie Meadows. Has been to Churchill before. Tried the Iroquois back in 2024, but recent form has been very good. Got a 94 Beyer speed figure last time out. Took them gate to wire in the prior effort to win by 7.25 with an 87. Just been on that win streak, and I know they're kind of hard to keep intact win streaks like that, 3 in a row, trying to make it 4. But I think this horse is progressing in the right way, and I think in terms of the fractions at least, it's not like he's been crawling early, and he's a little bit handy. He can sit off of it. Love to see Luis Saez back aboard. Has ridden him once in the past at Keeneland, so I'll use him. The other intrigue is the 7 Speed King. I remember him taking them gate to wire in the Southwest. Since then, he hasn't been in the top 3, but look at the level he's been in: Grade 2, Grade 1, and stakes competition. The Maxfield this year was a pretty nice race. So he gets Lasix for the first time. We'll see him first start off the bench. They're keeping him sprinting. I think that's the right move, and I just find his workout tab to be extremely appealing. He's had some really fast works in the morning, and just ones that, even though if they're not bullets, he's going to mid it flat, 48 flat. I think he's coming into this race in perfect form. So he's 4-1 on the morning line. We will round it out with a very challenging edition of the Dream Supreme. 6 furlongs on the dirt, 4 fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. And morning line favorite, I think, has to be on the ticket. That's Our Disaster. She'll try to make it 3 in a row. Looking at her race at Saratoga, and then in her most recent effort, Grade 2 competition in New York in the Gallant Bloom, I thought it was a very good performance considering how quick she went early on. 108 and change to 6 furlongs there for a final time of 14 and 3. She's still 3.5 clear in terms of lengths on the field in the end. So I think you have to respect her, but there is a ton of speed in here. I wonder how that will work for horses like the 9 Mix Palace, who I think can sit off of it. She wants a speed duel, and she wants the speed to fall apart, and we'll see if that happens at the 6 furlong distance. I think 6.5, 7, you might think maybe it falls apart a little bit more. I wonder how it's going to play out here with so much speed. I mean, there's some talent in here as well. So I'll use Mix Palace in the way that I think the race could fall apart, and she'll be there. And then the other horse I'll use at a price is the 3 Jersey Pearl. She went gate to wire last time out. I liked that it was at Churchill. It was going 6.5, a little bit further. And I know her buyers, at least in her last couple, there are other fillies and mares in here with stronger numbers. But I like going through her form, even when she was defeated 2 back, or you go down the page 5 races back. She can sit close to the pace. She doesn't need the lead to win. And I wonder kind of on the thought process of, okay, if the speed doesn't fall apart, but you need to get somewhat of a forward trip, what sort of horse do you want? I think it's a mare like Jersey Pearl, and like I said, she will be a good price in here. She's 5 for 13 in her career. So sort of a skinny ticket here, 2 over 2 over 3. for $1. That's a $12 ticket. But I think kind of looking at this pick 3, a logical talking point is the late pick 4 sequence. And just a little bit of a comment here. River City was able to do a stakes preview with Scott Shapiro on that. Check that out on the DRF website. It's a very, very tough event. I do think there's a fair bit of speed in that race going a mile and an eighth. I think a lot of us are going to land on the 6 Chasing the Crown. But if I were looking at the pick 4 to sort of add to this pick 3 preview, I would actually want a little coverage there. I don't think I would single Chasing the Crown, even though I think he's the horse to beat. He absolutely loves it at Churchill and figures to get the right trip. I do think you might have to look at some others. So check out that preview in the comments below. Let me know where you're wagering this weekend. Are you going to check out Churchill? Do other tracks interest you? You going to play a pick 3, a pick 4, a pick 5? Would love to hear your thoughts. As always, best of luck and cash some tickets this weekend. Take care.